You can just leave it empty. Jermaine. Okay, so you have to figure out the GCF. You have until Friday to retake it, okay? You have to figure out the GCF. So what's the greatest number that divides all four of these numbers?
That's wrong.
Yeah, because you're not combining them. You're taking. You weren't here yesterday. Okay, so just try your best, and then come see me, and you can make it up before Friday or before beginning of next week. I'll give you a little extra time. So between 40, 64, 8, and 24. Just looking at those, what's the greatest number that can come out? Just hold it up. When you're done, take out your notes. It looks just like that. Start the warm-up. Just try your best. Okay? You can retake it, and we'll go over the notes.
I'm gonna wash my hand. I'm bleeding.
Yeah. Alright guys, take out, start doing the warm-up. Quizzes are out, so there should be no talking. Just put your packet away, Hector. Is this your homework?
Yes.
Okay. No, just 6. Thank you. Right now you're taking out your workbook, opening up to this page, day 10, and starting the warm-up. Mhm. What? No idea. Stop. Doing the warm-up. You're talking, and people are still taking a quiz. Thank you. Did you guys already give me your quiz? Workbook, we're working on type 1 warm-up. You done?
Oh, yeah. Wait. Now I'm
Thank you. Really, you could retake it if you want until retake it today after school. Does I have everyone's quizzes? Do I have everyone's quizzes? Do you have a class after this?
yes and no.
That's a yes. All right. Yeah. We're going to start the notes. It's your responsibility now to finish the warm-up because you have plenty of time. What? Yeah. No. Oh. Okay, to factor a quadratic trinomial, first think about the product of two binomials. Okay, until this works. Oh, there we go. So we're given x plus 7 times x minus 7. How do we multiply these? X plus 7, x minus 2. So what am I going to do to multiply these? Distribute. What's x times x? Yeah. Now what am I going to multiply? Right, which is? Next. And lastly? Negative 14. Can I combine any of these?
Yes.
What am I going to write? X squared plus 5x minus 14. Good. I want everyone sitting up nice and tall while we take our notes. So I want you to write off to the side x plus 7 and x minus 2 are factors of what we just found, x squared plus 5x minus 14. So for what we're going to be doing today, they're going to give you this final product, and we have to figure out the factors. So we're doing the opposite of what you already know how to do. Factoring a quadratic trinomial or a binomial with a missing b term when a equals 1. I want you to highlight a equals 1. If you don't have a highlighter, go get one up front. To factor the polynomial guys, we're quietly taking notes. To factor the polynomial or undistribute, I can't move this thing, so this says undistribute. We will find factors of the C term that add to the B term. Yes. I don't know how to move that sidebar. We can verify. What's another word for verify? Check. We can check by distributing the outer and inner terms to check the B term. So again, if we're looking at what we just did above, you're trying to find factors that multiply to negative 14, but also add to 5. Negative 2 and 7 multiply to negative 14 and add to 5. Pay attention to the sign of C. First bullet, when the C term is positive, the signs in the factors are the same. I want you to highlight positive same. And also a little note, put in parentheses, look at B term. When the C term is negative, the signs in the factors are opposite. Again, highlight negative and opposite. Are we good? You ready? Can I move on?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's look at our first example. Factor the quadratic trinomials. We have x squared plus 8x plus 12. The first thing you're going to always do to set this up, start with your parentheses. What's our variable? X. What two numbers multiply to 12 and add to 8? What are some factors of 12? 4 and 3. Do those add or subtract in any way to 8? No. So what's another factor of 12? 2 and 6. Do those add or subtract to get to 8? Yes. So we put in our number, 2 and 6 we decided on. Our notes we wrote for when the C term is positive was the B term sign, so the sign that goes inside the factors, is going to be the same. So we're either going to have 2 negatives or 2 positives. What would you guess? 2 positives, right, because a positive 6 and a positive 2 come out to a positive 8. Let's look at number 2. So we start by writing out it like this. What two numbers multiply to negative 6 and add to a positive n, or a positive 1? What are some factors of 6? 2 and 3. Let's try 2 and 3. Do you think they add any of those? So looking at 2 and 3, will they add or subtract to 1 in any way? Yes. Which number will have to be negative and which will have to be positive? The 2 will have to be negative. And again, if the C term is negative, we're going to have opposite signs inside the parentheses. Number 3. What do you think? What numbers multiply to negative 36 and add to negative 9? 6 and 6. That's a factor of 36. Do those add or subtract in any way to 9? No. So what's another factor of 36?
3 and 12.
3 and 12, exactly. Do those add or subtract in any way to negative 9? Yes. Again, we have a negative C term, so the sign inside the parentheses are going to be opposite. Which one's going to be negative? Which one's going to be positive? Three is going to be positive, 12 is going to be negative because we have a negative 9. Negative 12 plus 3 is negative 9. If you wrote it x minus 12 times x plus 3, that's also right. It doesn't matter the order, but you have to make sure the positive goes with the 3, the negative goes with the 12. Now we have x squared minus 4. What do you notice about this polynomial? What is missing? What term? A b term. Our note, this binomial is called a difference of two squares. Yep. The A and C terms are perfect squares. What are some examples of perfect squares? 1, 4, 8, 9. Give me one more. 36, sure. And it goes on and on. 16 is one, 25 is one. The factors are identical. Opposite signs. The A and C terms are square rooted. Okay. So now we have x squared minus 4. First, write out like we always do. The first thing in this note says the factors are identical, which means the number that's going to go here is going to be exactly the same as the number that's going to go here. What would you guess? 2. 2 times 2 is 4. The next piece says opposite signs. Does it matter which one's negative, which one's positive? No, because it's the same number. Just like that. What was that? Money? The money? Good money. Cool. Okay, 5. Z squared minus 11z plus 18. We have a z. We have a z. What are some factors of 18 that you think would add to negative 11? What are some factors of 18 in general? Yeah. 3 and 6. Do you think those are going to add to 11 in any way? No. 9 and 2. Would those maybe add to 11? Yes. So let's put 9 and 2. We have a positive C term, so our sign inside the factors are going to be the same. So we're either going to have negative, negative, or positive and a positive. What would be your guess? Negative, negative. Negative 9 plus negative 2 is negative 11. Any questions this far? Is this making sense? It's a lot of guess and check. Okay, next one. B squared plus 9b minus 10. What do you think what factors are you going to choose for 10 that maybe will add or subtract to 9? What is it? 10 and 1. That sounds good. We have a negative C term, so our signs are going to be what? Opposite. Which one's going to be negative, which one's going to be positive? Good, because -1, plus 10 is positive 9. What about 7? What two numbers multiply to -15 and add to 6? So we have 5 and 3. Would those add to 6? What's another factor of 15? What's another factor of 15 besides 3 and 5? 1 and 15. Would that add or subtract to get to 6? No. So are there any factors of this? No. Not factorable. I'm going to skip to number 9. How would I factor this one based on the note that I gave you? X. 3 and 3, so it's going to always be the same number because there's a missing B term. It's a perfect square. And they're opposite signs, so one's going to be positive, one's going to be negative. Doesn't matter which one. Number 10, try on your own. We'll go back to 8 after 10. I sit up. Lucas, sit up. What did we get? What are two factors that multiply to 24 and add to -6? Okay. So you think it's 6 and 4. So we have a negative C term. So what do our signs have to be? Opposite, right? So which one did you put as positive and which one did you put as negative? Positive 4 and a -6? -6 plus 4 is -2. This doesn't work because even if you have a -6 and a positive 4, that's -2. -4, +6, that's a 2. None of those come out to -10. So let's try 2 and 12. +2, -12. -12 plus 2 is -10. Okay, let's go back to 8. Let me know what you get. Sit up. Is -2 times -5 a -10? You do, but you have to also make sure they multiply to -10.
I thought we were doing 11.
We're doing 8. Stop. Language. What'd you guys get? Are you stuck? So what would be your guess? 5 and 2, okay. So our C term is negative, so our signs have to be opposite. Which one would be positive and which one would be negative? -5 plus 2 is -3, not -7. It's not factorable. So it's a little confusing because it seems like you can factor it, but you can't.
I put that the future like it was like I crossed it out.
All right, number 11. Try this one on your own, and if somebody feels confident in their answer, put it on the board.
Wait, you mean like write it up?
Yeah, like go write it up.
No, I'm too lazy. I'll go.
Too lazy to walk? All right. You got it? 11? Yeah.
You didn't even do it.
I did.
He do know how to do it. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, he's got it. So it's either going to be 2 negatives or 2 positives. We have a +9. Yeah? Did everyone get what Tim got? X plus 5, X plus 4? All right, good. Write it in. Who wants to try number 12? Do it up. What? It is. 12 and 13 are factorable. I want someone to come up to the board and do 12, and I want someone to come up and do 13. Do 13.
Wow. It's just a square root. Oh, you want to go up there and write it?
Yeah, go up and write it. So we have Q plus 5 and Q plus 1. I mean A. Is there anything wrong with this? I agree. Go fix it.
I am a lazy person.
Go ahead. I agree with 5 and 1. Hold on. What about this? Because 5 minus 1 is 4. So it would be what? So it would be A minus 5, A plus 1. It doesn't matter the order, just make sure the positive and negative signs are with the right numbers, because that's going to matter. But that was close. Are you guys all trying 13? You got it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Positive and negative.
Ooh, you guys get this?
Yes.
X plus 7, X minus 7? If you didn't, write it in. Are we good?
Wait, so this is 49, right?
Yeah.
To make it a -49, there's one -7 and
A positive, yeah. One has to be positive, one has to be negative. Okay, so this page, 6.3 day 2 homework, is your homework for tonight. So start it and get as much as you can before the bell.
what?
What? You're rating yourself, dude.